Thank you so much, Leon. Thank you so much. It's great to be here with you guys, and well, thank you so much for take your time and spend a little with me. I hope we can see interesting things today. We are going to talk about intro to OSINT, and we are going to talk about some tools, some techniques. I hope some of them are new for you. Well, a little bit about me. 25 years experience, 26 years experience in this field. I work in ethical hacking, penetration testing. I train people, train different law enforcement agencies, well, it's a pleasure to be here with Raices. So let's start. Well, OSINT, Open Source Intelligence. There is a definition. It's related to intelligence graph or capture from public sources, right? So normally this kind of information, it's free, it's open to the public, and you can reach in different places. Normally, not all of them from internet. You can grab open source intelligence from physical sources as well. Because there is an additional concept that is called OSIF, Open Source Information. But, well, the important thing is that OSINT should be presented to the interested parts, right? So, in OSINT, you can gather information from different sources, and in some moments, companies don't realize or didn't realize the importance of the information they are sharing in internet, in their social networks, in their day-to-day interaction with technology. That's why we have a lot of information that we can capture and we can use. So what can we obtain with OSINT? A lot of information, like corporate information, like in the IT aspect, we can capture IP range, providers, carriers, technologies. And we can grab information about their web presence, their web technologies. We can grab information about business partners, employees, email addresses, phone numbers, anti-malware solutions, technologies that they are using, etc. When we are talking about people, when we talk about personal information, well, we can grab information related with social networks, email address as well, full names, pets, kids names, children names, physical address, their properties, vehicles, habits, college, etc. A lot of information. People don't realize how much information shared in their social networks. Only with a photo, you can grab a lot of information. You can detect season, you can detect time, place. Even with sometimes with the shadows, you can grab information. So it's important to understand what kind of information you can grab depending the source, and we are going to talk a little bit about that. There is an interesting concept called recon or reconnaissance. Normally, it's related about all the analysis, investigation, etc. that you can execute in a specific target. Right? So we are talking about all the information we already mentioned before, and sometimes in ethical hacking engagements or penetration testing engagements or red team engagement, the penetration tester can use some specific techniques to grab more information. But in open source, we just work with the information that is public, that you can reach without any kind of attack, without any kind of malicious software, or without any kind of bot, etc. So that's important to have that in mind. Well, how can we gather information? Normally, you can do this in 3 different ways. You can do active recon. That means that you are going to interact in a direct way with the target. So normally, you can call the target, you can visit the infrastructure of the target, you can visit the website of the target, their calendars, etc., all the information they are sharing, and you can interact directly with that information. You can do passive recon. That means that you are not going to interact in any way with the target. You are going to look for information in newspapers, in information agencies, in different sources, but the real target. And you can do mix recon. That means that you can simulate the behavior of a traditional user, and you can interact with different infrastructures, and you are going to try to avoid suspicions. That's different, let's say, the different ways you can do recon. So one of the most important parts in OSINT is planning. Because as we mentioned before, normally we can grab a lot of information, and that can be overwhelming because you have so much data that you don't know where to start or how to start. So normally the recommendation by my side is to start with a gap analysis. That means what we have and what we need to look for, or what information we need to find. So there are some questions that you can ask, like, okay, what do we know? We have the name of the company or the name of the person, we have an email address, we have a username, we have just a phone number, we just have a file. Sometimes you just have a specific file, and you can start from scratch with that file. So you can start with hash, you can start with different ways. Today we are going to talk about corporate investigation. We are going to talk about subdomains, technologies, etc. But OSINT is an enormous field. So I hope there are more spaces that we can use to discuss different areas. So what do we know? Then what does this information tell us? So, okay, we have an email, but with an email we can have the first name and the last name of the person, or just a last name and an additional letter, etc. So you need to understand the meaning of that information, and this is or the special importance of this. It's in pictures. In pictures you can grab a lot of different information, and sometimes you just pass over and don't notice some important things. So you need to understand, what do I need to know? So we are looking for a name, we are looking for a relations group for this person, etc. So what do I need to know? And then understand, how can we find that information, right? So this is the best approach in my experience, because as I mentioned before, it's a lot of information. Yeah, Sandra, I hope this is interesting. I'm very happy that it is interesting for you. So there are a lot of different tools that you are going to use in OSINT. Some of them I call indispensable, tools that you need to execute a good OSINT. So normally we are going to have tools that works in different aspects. Let's go deeply. One of the most important things: organize your information. How to organize the huge amount of information you are going to collect in OSINT. My recommendation is use a mind maps tool like Xmind. I love Xmind. I normally use it for my trainings, and for OSINT I use this tool. So in this case, I'm just starting the translation of this, but you can have an idea. So the first steps when you are doing an OSINT investigation. So I have here that steps. Let me put this bigger. You can see better, right? So some questions: is there a specific objective, or this is a general investigation? You just need to grab information because you are going to start an ethical hacking or a penetration testing, or a red team engagement, and you need information. Which one is the expected outcome? We are looking for a missing person. We are looking for, we are in a case of there is a kidnappers, or they are asking for a ransom, etc. What results are expected? What is the motivation of this investigation? And one very, very important thing Is your client a legit client? Is a real entity or it's a criminal? You need to know that, right? Because I suppose that you don't want to work with a criminal. And sometimes the adversaries or criminal groups looks for experts to do some specific tasks. One of them, OSINT, right? So you need to be sure about your client, about the person that is asking about this investigation. Then, do we have enough legal information? Our actions are legal in the country or in the area or in the state that we are going to work? This is so critical. If you are not sure about the laws, regulations that you normally need to know in the place you are working, well, ask for legal counsel. Ask for a lawyer and present the case and be informed about what you can and what you can't do. And well, comes COPA planning, etc. But well, the important thing is that you see that mind maps are very useful. Normally, this is my mind map to create a sock puppet account. So if you are going to create a sock puppet account, that is another issue or another subject in OSINT, well, here we have the different information. So mind maps are very, very useful when you are working with OSINT. Well, it's mind. Another tool, Miro, or well, Miro. It's an online tool. It's an online tool. It's a very nice tool that allows you to create mind maps and allows an entire group to interact with your mind map. So this one is free. Well, have a paid part, but one part is free. Problem here is if you are going to use the free part, it's public. So maybe you don't want that. So it's up to you. Note taking. It's so important to take notes. Some people don't like to take notes, right? So normally in the technical field, a lot of people don't like to take notes. My recommendation for you is, well, you can record your voice. Like in a forensic case, one of the things normally I do is to record my voice with my phone. So it's easy to transcribe later, right? Because to take notes can be more difficult, etc., but it's the best thing if you do it. But if no, you can record your voice and capture that information. One recommendation, well, Standard Notes is a very nice application that you can use, Standard Notes. That one, it's free. It's free and it's very, very nice. And you can export to different formats, MD, etc., markup. You can do different things with that tool. One of my favorites, Cherry Tree. Cherry Tree is a beautiful tool. Normally I use it in my Kali machine. For OSINT, you can use different operating systems. Some people and some companies creates their own OSINT versions, OSINT virtual machines. And I create my own. It's called Linux Detective. And but normally you can use Kali if you prefer to use Kali or you prefer to use Ubuntu. This is an Ubuntu. A very common, nothing special. So you can take a look, and this is a common Ubuntu. So it's a 2004. It's up to date. It's nice that you have up to date your machine and use snapshots, of course, just in case. In other space, we can discuss about the protection, the SecOps in OSINT. Normally, the operational security or the OPSEC in OSINT, because in some cases you are going to investigate in dark webs. We are going to see the difference just in a moment. And sometimes you are going to visit malicious websites and you are going to leave a fingerprint in those websites. So you need to think about OPSEC when you are doing OSINT. So that's why my recommendation is to use virtual machines. You can use Kali. Kali have a lot of tools, or you can install anything you want, or you can create your own. You can use Ubuntu or whatever you prefer. Cherry Tree. Cherry Tree is a beautiful tool that you can use. Let me put this bigger. Cherry Tree, maybe you're familiar with this one. So yeah. It's which one, Leon? Kali? Of course, it's open source. And my Linux detective, I can share if you want. Yeah, I can share, no problem. It's the tool, it's the virtual machine I use for training, for my OSINT training. No problem at all. So here we have the cherry tree. You just can create a new instance and you can create a new node that you can put the target name or whatever you want, and then you can put more and more information. You can add subnodes. So you can say something like DNS, sorry. You can say something like DNS or, sorry, I changed my screens. This one and this one. I closed the cherry tree, sorry. So you can create your nodes and you can create subnodes for any kind of information you want to put inside. So it's a note-taking application. It's very nice. It's free, totally free, and it's very, very practical. You can export your information as PDF if you want, or HTML, or plain text, as you prefer. It's very, very nice. I use this in penetration testing and in capture the flags. I love this tool to take notes. Okay, perfect. You need to take screenshots, right? Normally you need to take a lot of screenshots. So if you are using Windows, you can use the Windows snipping tool. It's very good. It's totally free. It's included in the operating system. But you can, if you are using MACOSx, you can use Shift Command 3. Or if you want to capture a portion of the screen, you can use Shift Command 4 as a hotkey to capture your screen in MacOS. Well, if you are using Linux, you can use Shooter. It's a nice tool. Normally, in my machine, I have Flame Shot. It's a very nice tool that allows you to do exactly the same. Flame Shot. It's a capture tool. Well, you can use any kind of tool to do that. Well, sometimes you need to download websites. And sometimes people struggle a little with that, because I normally prefer to use wget. If you are a command line person, you are going to love wget. But you can use a graphical tool that is called WebHTTrack. Let me show you. It's a nice tool. It's free. It's free. I'm going to share links with you in the chat just in case. Ah, you use Flameshot. Nice. HTTrack. Yeah. wget needs more love. Yeah, totally agree. So you can use this one. It's very, very simple to use. If you need to download a website, let me show you. In the Linux, we can work with that one. Right, so we just need to select WebHTTrack. I'm going to put an ampersand at the end. You know why, right? I'm going to, I think all of you are Linux guys and Linux girls, but just in case, when you put an ampersand at the end of a command, you are saying to the operating system that put this in background, right? So you are going to keep your terminal, and the command is going to be executed. So now we have our browser, and at the same time, if I want to keep using this terminal, I can use this terminal with no problem. So, okay, HTTrack. I prefer to use this one in Firefox. Just let me. Sorry. Let me open the Firefox in this one, and I'm going to show you a tool that probably you don't know. Well, let's see. HTTrack. Oh, interesting. Okay, nice. So we just say next, and we can create a new project, like, let's say Diane, that one, Diane. You can select project category if you want, let's say category 1, and the base path to save the information, the download website, it's that one. So next, and you can add the different URLs you want to download. You can even use a TXT file. So I'm going to say here https://www.dian.gov.co. This entity, it's a Colombian entity. It's like the IRS in the United States. So I'm going to say next. An important thing. One important thing that people sometimes miss is that websites can use robots.txt rules. Robots, everybody familiar with robots.txt, or you want me to explain? You want me to explain a little? You're familiar? Somebody needs, everybody, it's, okay, I'm going to explain. Let me show you, like Bank of America. Bank of America. Let's see, Bank of America. Bank of America, that's it. And in the website, normally most of the websites in the world are using a file called robots.txt. That file, normally it's used by the browsers or agents like we are going to use, like httrack, to know how to handle the index or the indexation of this website. And you see here, Bank of America is saying, okay, for every user agent, asterisk, any user agent you have, I don't care, for everybody. So applies to all robots. Disallow global, CFDocs, third-party, direct benefits, etc. So the engines are not going to access this, they are not going to index this information because it's forbidden or is disallowed. Normally, from the malicious actor's perspective, it's an invitation, right? If an entity like Bank of America or any entity in the world are saying, I don't want you to index this, the malicious actor normally says, oh, this is interesting for me, and this is interesting, and this is interesting, because you don't want to be, or you don't want that this information is indexed in the engines. So that's a robots.txt. So when you are going to download a website, normally the most of the tools follows these rules. Normally you follow these rules, well, you are not going to, you can't download the website, right? Because normally everything is disallowed, or the most of the website is disallowed to be downloaded. You see, there are different rules here, and you can take a look at different websites in the world, and you are going to see how they are managing the rules. But one nice thing with this tool is that you can go to options, you can say set options, and you have different options. Right now, I'm going to show you the spider part. In the spider, you can see this option, follow robots.txt. I'm going to say no robots.txt rules. So I don't care if that website, the Dian.co website, allow me to index and download the website. I don't care. I'm going to say OK. That's it. And I'm going to say next. And well, start. And this tool is going to start downloading the Dian website, right? So you can see the progress. You can manage the threads, etc. You can put more threads, more bandwidth if you want. But well, you can see that this tool is working. So it's important for you to have a downloader. There is a lot. FGTrack is nice. wget is beautiful. But there is a lot. So you can use any tool you want. If you want more information about that, just let me know and send me a message and I can explain more. Well, hash of file and folders. One important thing is, in some cases, your OSINT investigation can be used in a forensic case. So it's important that you can catch and analyze hash, right? So I suppose that everybody is familiar with the hash. And one of the most beautiful websites with a lot of tools that you can use is Nearsoft. Nearsoft have a lot of different tools that you can use. They have network tools, they have web browser tools, They have so many tools, traffic analyzers, etc. It's beautiful. Everything is free here, and I'm very positive that you are going to find nice tools in Nearsoft. But just in case, if you need an explanation about hash, I suppose that everybody agrees that a hash, it's an encryption function. It's a one-way encryption algorithm that you can use, normally to have a specific result based in the internal part or in the internal content of a file. Everybody agrees with that, right? If you need me to show, I show. Just let me know what you need me to explain, guys and girls. I'm very happy to explain. So just let me know if everybody agrees with that part of the hash, right? Hash works in that way. You can have a file like, let's see. I'm going to create a file now. I'm going to say nano raices.txt. So we have something here like I hope you are enjoying, right? Enjoying. No, it's okay. So that's it. So I'm going to say Control X, yes, enter. That's it. So I can say md5 sum raices.txt, and we are going to have a hash. So if something changes inside that file, that hash is going to change. You can select any kind of hash algorithm you want. You can say SHA-1 sum and raices, and well, you can use any kind of algorithm. If I change something inside this file, I say nano raices.txt, and I'm going to put a space between R and enjoying. That's it. And Control X, save, yes, enter. And if I call the md5 sum raices.txt, as you see, everything changed. It's totally different. That's the purpose of a hash. That's why you use it normally in forensic computing to validate that you didn't tamper with the information, that you didn't modify a specific file. That's the idea. And that gives you peace of mind. Normally, you are not going to use MD5. Oh, well, let me rephrase. You can use MD5 and SHA-256 in forensics because SHA-1 and MD5 have collisions. What that means? Two totally different files can have the same hash. So in forensic ways, you don't want that. There is a nice website that you can visit that is called shattered.io, and you can validate if a file can have a collision with another file. So two different files, same hash. So in this website, you can try. I'm going to share this with you. Let me copy this in the chat just in case. And that's it. So, well, that's a collision. Two files, two different files, same hash. But my question for you is, okay, guys and girls, if I return the file like the first time, I mean, without the additional space, I'm going to receive a new hash, or I'm going to return to the first hash, this one. What's going to happen if I remove the space that I put? A new hash. Okay, perfect. New hash, nice. New hash. Okay, everybody say new. Okay, no, not at all. You are going to have the first hash. Let me show it. I love to demonstrate. I'm going to remove the space here, look. I'm going to say Control X, yes, enter. And let me show you. Same that the first one. Because remember, the hash is based in the content. Everybody normally thinks that this is a new hash because you are thinking in metadata. In metadata, of course, the metadata change. Normally, the maze information is going to change. That means access, creation, addition, dates. The maze metadata is going to change. But hash are based in content. Even if I change the name, let's say I'm going to copy raices.txt and I'm going to call this, I don't know, cyberpapa.txt, right? If I say md5 sum cyberpapa.txt, look, same hash. Nice, Sandra, that's nice. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, Johanna, it's so crazy. It's so crazy that something so small like a space is going to mess with everything. And you can damage an entire forensic case just with a dot or a space or similar things. Well, perfect. There are a lot of OSINT sources, right? So I'm going to pass this fast. And let's start with investigations in surface web, because you remember in internet you have three main layers, right? Surface web, that normally we interact with surface web all the time, with Google, Bing, and everything you normally do. Well, not everything. The most of the things you normally do with your browsers, with Bing, DuckDuckGo, etc., are surface web. But you have deep web. A lot of people, it's confused between deep web and dark web, right? Exactly, Leon. Only the content of the file is important. So, deep web is totally different and separate from dark web. You don't know how many people, professional people, very knowledge people, have a confusion between this. Deep web is not indexed content. That means your emails, your Skype conversations, our chat here, that's deep web. That is not indexed. It's not possible for us to go to Google and look for chat in the OSINT intro with David in Raices. No, you are not going to find our chat. So that's not indexed. So that is different part of internet. And you have dark web. And in dark web, you have different networks. Normally, if I say dark web, everybody is thinking Tor network. No. Tor is not the only one dark web that exists. You have Tor, you have Tribler, you have Freenet, you have I2P. There is a lot of different dark webs. The most well-known and the most used, Tor, the Onion network, of course. But, well, it's different. Perfect. So, in our daily basis, we interact with surface web, right? With Google or the browser you normally use, etc. And my recommendation in OSINT is use different search engines. Sometimes people only use one or two. My recommendation is use as many you wish, because the results are different, because each search engine uses a different engine or indexation or index engine. So you can see that the same query have different results, right? This is the best. Yandex for reverse image search is the best one. Nothing better. Well, there is one better thing, but it's pay, right? Maybe you are familiar with this one, but just because you mentioned this, I think that you want, maybe it's useful for you. PIM Eyes is the best reverse or face recognition engine in the world. It's paid, but it's not so expensive. It's a thing that you can have. No problem at all. PIM Eyes is the best. Yandex is the best free. With TinEye. TinEye is good, but Yandex results are better. I'm going to copy this for you, just in case. Guys, girls, I'm taking a lot of time. I hope you have an additional couple of minutes to be with me. No short stick of dynamite. no. That's why I put that in the chat just in case. Because normally when I'm training, people remember me things like Joa Constrictor. I love your nickname. Like Joa Constrictor, just remember me, the Yandex, and I share in that moment, right? Perfect. Well. Yeah. In the chat, you can review the chat, no problem. Well, you have some advanced search engine tools, right? Like the alerts from Google if you want. I'm going to pass this fast. You can use Google operators. The most probably thing is that you're familiar with Google operators, right? So if you want me to explain a little, I can, no problem. If you want to use Google as a search engine, it's great, and you can use Google and Google Hacking database, right? That's so common. I just mentioned this here just in case. And I'm going to publish in my Twitter these three slides. Parameters that you can use in almost any kind of search engine in the world. You can use these quotation marks or $sign to look for prices, etc. But this is the most beautiful part. People sometimes don't realize that Google is not the only one search engine with dorks. Remember that when you are using some contractions or some specific parameters or strings to do search or to execute search, that is called dork, right? To look for passwords, etc. But you can have dorks with DuckDuckGo and with Yahoo and with Bing. So in this table, you can see all the dorks you can use with each one of these search engines that they are the most common and well known, right? Okay. So, well, I hope this works for you. Do you need me to explain at least one of these parameters, or it's okay? Everybody's familiar with this. Let's see. Okay, Google Dorking is great. Yeah, totally agree, Johanna, totally agree. Do you think this is useful for you? Maybe you are going to use DuckDuckGo as well and Yahoo or Bing, right? Because normally you use Google Dorks, but not the others. And in the other search engines, you can grab a lot of beautiful information as well. Perfect. I'm going to publish this in my Twitter just in case, and this is recorded. And I'm going to publish this video in my YouTube channel as well. So, perfect. You are familiar with the Google Hacking database, just in case I leave this part. And let's go to the IT infrastructure. So, metadata. We were talking about metadata a moment ago. Metadata is beautiful and gives you a lot of information. Metadata depends about the file. Normally, people think that all the files have the same metadata. The base metadata, yes, but it's different if you are using an OLE file. An object linked and embedded file is different. What I'm talking here? Well, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Excel, etc. So with these files, you can do beautiful things. Let me explain. Let me go to the Kali machine can be. Let's see, Kali. And I'm going to show you. There is a beautiful tool that you can use that is called MetaGoofil. And we can select a specific domain. Let's say dian.gov.co. And I can select what type of files I want. Yeah, Johanna. And you can select the type of file you want to look for, right? And you can create an output directory containing the information, right? So this tool creates the folder I just select and is looking for doc files, Excel files, PowerPoint files. After that, you can analyze the content of those files with one of the OLE tools that is called OLE Meta, that is from Decalash. MetaGoofil, it's the tool that I'm using, right? MetaGoofil, it's very nice. Let's see, we are using that one. And OLE Meta is one of the tools from Decalash, part of the OLE tools that Joa mentioned, right? So with OLE Meta, you can take a file and extract all the metadata from that file. One of the most beautiful parts is that you can extract the author, the technology that were used to create that file, etc. So it's very, very useful, OLE Meta. And it's very easy to use. Here we have some results, right? So I'm going to say Control C, And if we take a look, how was the name of, okay, Diane. So let's see. Here we have some files, some doc files. So you can say olemeta, and the name of the file, or you can say olemeta *doc, right? *doc, and you can say more. And you are going to extract beautiful information. Look, so we can see the last saved by information, the author, right? The last save, dates, the application, versions, etc. So for you as investigator, it's very, very useful. You are grabbing names of people, you see? Di Salazar, well, a lot of information from people, right? Diana Alexandra Garcia Espinosa, and so on, so on, so on. So this is so beautiful. Metadata gives you a lot of information. We don't have so much time, and I don't want to abuse from you. So normally people think in image files, and normally thinks in EXIF metadata. EXIF metadata is a specific type of metadata, normally contained in image, and you can grab information about the camera. If we are using a cell phone and the GPS is turned on, you can extract the geolocation, etc. Exactly, Leon. EXIF tool is beautiful to do that. I have videos in my YouTube channel with that. So if you are interested in that part, in my YouTube channel, you can have videos. Well, guys, you know that whois a command that we used previously. Well, we're still using, but with GDPR from 2018, we can have a lot of information with whois. Whois previously provide information about administrative contacts, technical contacts, emails, etc. But now it's not possible because normally all the information is redacted, etc. But you can look for the historical whois for a specific domain. And tools like domain tools, this is paid version, but tools like Whoxy can be used to look for the historical whois. So you can say something like, well, like Walmart can be. And you can take a look about the historical information, let's see, about Walmart. So you can see each one of the change you have. But there is a more beautiful trick that normally people is not familiar with. You can use the web archive, right? You can use the web archive to look for whois information. Exactly, the Wayback Machine, Johanna. I don't know if you're familiar with this technique, but I hope you like. So let me click here. So you can look for a tool like who.is, looking for a specific domain. Whois or who.is is one of the whois services in the world, and somebody maybe look for Walmart or for any domain in the world. So you just need to go to the Wayback Machine to see the historical results. You can see a snapshot here in 2014, and well, we can take a look about the whois information in Walmart in that moment. So you can grab information in a very easy way. Here we have everything not redacted, previous GDPR. So any kind of result previous to 2018 is going to work for you. You have everything here. You like it? I hope you like it. And I hope you didn't knew this technique. Nice, perfect, good. Well, talking about infrastructure, one additional tool that can give you more information related with IP addresses and domains, it's to see the reverse whois. Reverse whois means that you can investigate or research in a specific domain, and you can look for similar, well, different domains that points to the same IP address, right? So we can, let's continue with Walmart. We can use, well, let's say Walmart. So we can review here in this reverse whois lookup tool. We can take a look, and well, here we have a lot of subdomains that can be useful for you. You can export this to a TXT file and you can select by dates. Maybe some of these are not useful anymore. It's 2018, but some of them are 2020, right? So Black Friday-Walmart.com and so on, so on, so on. So you can grab a lot of information about infrastructure for a specific domain. You see? So reverse whois is very, very useful. Because why I'm showing this? Because the old techniques like brute force of DNS, well, you can use that, but you can grab more information in a better way, right? So you need to work smarter, not harder, right? So normally the malicious actors take advantage of our technologies, and one of the most common technologies right now is to use SSL certificates, right? It's very weird to find a website that don't use HTTPS. So there is something called certificate transparency logs. What that means? Normally, if I'm going to use a certificate, I need to publish that certificate to inform to the world that this is a real certificate, it's a legitimate certificate, and well, all the domains normally protected with that certificate. So we can use different tools to grab that information. One of the most beautiful, Subcert. Subcert, it's a nice tool, but here we have, let me show you, Subcert. So, how to use Subcert? You just need to say Python. Well, let me copy the link of Subcert for you, just to have it, and then you can do your research. Is this tool, Subcert. It's not so old. I'm going to copy that in the chat. So, with this tool, you can do this. You just need to select, well, it's a Python tool, you can put this in executable, you are technical, so you just need to say the domain, and well, this tool starts looking for the transparency of the certificates of this domain, and look, a lot of subdomains and the IP address that they are using. So this provides you a lot of information. Now we have IP address range, because normally we are talking about a big entity. Normally they can have the entire subnet, right? Normally. So my idea is, if these guys have the 13.107 to 13.40, maybe they have the 39 and the 38 and the 37, etc., etc., etc. So then you can use tools like Shodan, Census, Sumai, etc., to look for more machines in those range. So that's certificate transparency, and you can use another tool that is called CRT. That's a website that you can use to look for certificates, like let's say apple.com, let's say. It can take some moment, but well, at the end you are going to see all the certificates in all the list of transparency of certificates here. Look. So saves a lot of time. You have all the subdomains immediately. You don't need to do brute force. You can do. If you want me to show you how to do a brute force of DNS, just tell me. But, well, it's a better technique, I hope, and I hope you like it. Another technique, the server name indication. This is a technology that normally is used to take advantage of one certificate. So you have one certificate, maybe an extended validation certificate, etc., that you know that those are a little more expensive. So with the same certificate, you can protect different websites, right? That's the idea, right? So with this technology, you can have the same certificate, only one, and you have site 1, site 2, site 3 with the same certificate. That's beautiful. But allow me, at the same way, it's beautiful in different ways, because I can try to enumerate that kind of certificates that are protecting different subdomains or different websites. So we can use a very simple command, very simple, because we are using OpenSSL here, and you are just doing a connection against the domain for the port 443, and then you just send the results well, we are looking for X509. Everybody knows what we're talking about, the certificate. And then we are using a little bit of regular expressions to look for the information. So after that command, you have the SNI, the server name indication of a specific domain. Another way to do enumeration of subdomains from a specific domain. Well, okay, I already explained this. Well, Border Gateway Protocol, BGP, what the backbone of internet, right? So normally with the Border Gateway Protocol, all the autonomous systems, the big routers in the world, can know the routes. So if somebody needs to reach YouTube, so you can know the routes through the different autonomous systems. So there are different tools in the world to query this. One of these tools can be Roptex, right? Roptex is very nice, and you can query. Let's continue with Walmart if you want. Sure, short stick of dynamite. Yes, man. Yes. Don't worry. I'm recording, and I'm going to publish this in my YouTube channel tomorrow morning, so you can take a look. Thank you so much for your time, man. Or girl. Well. Okay. See you. It's a secret. Perfect, man. I can OSINT you. When you leave, we are going to OSINT you. Okay. So, look. You can query Walmart, and here we have the information. You can see the analysis, and we have information about IP numbers, name servers, and very interesting information that you can use to. Yeah, sure, Leon. I'm pretty sure about that. So you can grab information, and even so, you can grab that, but I don't remember if I'm logged in. You need to be logged in here. Yeah, it's creating the graph. Well, here you have the entire information. You see the pointers, the IP numbers, name servers, etc. Very useful information that sometimes people forget because, well, not everybody use the autonomous systems. Not everybody love the BGP protocol, but I love BGP protocol for many reasons, and well, you have a lot of information about a specific infrastructure. There are more tools that you can use, even Nmap. Nmap is beautiful. Let's take one of these autonomous system numbers. Here we have different autonomous system numbers that are used by Walmart. Like, let me see, well, here we have let's see, like this one. 21342, let's say. Nmap have a lot of scripts. I'm positive that you are familiar with these scripts. No, Joanna. You are going to see. You can use different scripts in Nmap for OSINT. One of the best is this one. I'm going to copy the command. Let me copy the command. So I'm going to try to do that in my memory. I have it here just in case. So I'm going to show you. Nmap have a lot of different scripts that you can use. This one, let me show you. This one allows you to query the IP address behind a specific autonomous system. You see? So you have some arguments that you need to know for this specific script. Not all the Nmap scripts needs arguments, or a lot of them, you know. Or I'm pretty sure that you are familiar. Congratulations, Johanna! You were so great in the capture the flag. I'm so happy for you. And if you are looking for a job, just let me know, Johanna. Well, some scripts needs additional arguments. You are looking for a job, man. I'm going to give you my phone number. Let's talk. Okay. So Well, the nmap script. So you see, some of these scripts requires additional arguments, but those are very simple. Here we have the command. We can see. Nice, nice. I'm very happy. So, well, let me show you. You can select the specific autonomous system number. You just need that parameter. We have some of them here. We say that we are going to work with the 21342, right? So nmap, look, so fast. You see, nmap brings you all the IP addresses behind the autonomous system. It's beautiful, right? I love these techniques. I hope some of these techniques are new for you. I hope. It's an intro training, right? It's an intro, small space. It's intro. It's not so elevated. So, well, Amass is beautiful. Amass is beautiful tool. I have a YouTube video with Amass, so I recommend that. I'm not going to use that one right now because we are almost out of time. So I don't want to abuse of your time. Robtex, we already use Robtex. Netcraft site report. I love this one. Normally, if you visit a specific website, any website, like let's use this one, secpro.co, let's say. So if you want to graph information about a website, one of the things you can do is this one. I'm going to say Netcraft site report. This one. I'm going to paste SecPro here, and let me copy this part for you. So this tool allows you to grab a lot of information, and your fingerprint is 0. So here you have a lot of information. Look, the site rank, the domain, the netblock owner, the VirusTotal information. Right? VirusTotal is great to do enumeration as well. It's great. You can use VirusTotal to do that. The autonomous system, right? Oh, thank you so much, Greg. Thank you so much. Nice, Greg. Thank you. So you can see, guys, a lot of information, subnets, etc., IPv4, IPv6. It's great and give you more information that you can use later to look for the entire subnets or IP range, right? Nice. So Netcraft site report, and again, fingerprint 0. Build with. Sometimes you need to know the technologies behind a specific website. So build with allows you to do that for free, totally free. So you can look for, I don't know, well, let's again secpro.co, let's say, that one. So this tool lets you know, let me complete the captcha, let you know all the technologies behind a specific, okay, nice, a specific website. Let's see, this one, and this one. Sure, Johanna. Leon asked me to do this again with similar subjects, but maybe more scripts. In August, let's see, it's a Saturday. August, let's see, August the 20th, yeah. You like it, Johanna? That's so nice. Thank you so much. Well, you see, guys, here we have all the technologies, the WordPress plugins, etc. So you can graph information about the technologies. If you are in a penetration testing engagement or red team or ethical hacking, well, this is so useful. And from the OSINT perspective, it's so useful as well because you can graph information about the technologies and you have everything here. Everything, you see? Everything is here with build with. That's so nice, Greg. So nice. Thank you so much. Very kind. Shodan. I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with Shodan. So I'm not going to show you Shodan because I suppose that everybody knows it. If you want, I can tell you 2 additional similar websites that maybe you're familiar with them or maybe not, right? So exactly, Johanna, exactly that. So we can talk about Census search, right? So you can use senses as similar than shouldn't. So you can look for a specific IP. I'm going to use one of these IPs that we have previously. Let's see, one of them. 13, let's see, 13 dot, sorry, dot 107 dot 213.40. Nice. So you can say search, and Senses gives you a lot of information. Shows you open ports, certificates. You can explore. So you can see, let me allow the scripts here. Oh man, I love Shodan. Some days ago, they put, normally I have my subscription, they ask like $5 for lifetime subscription. It's so, so good. So look, you have here the information with Senses, connections, it's beautiful. I love Senses, it's so, so great. You can have the history about a specific IP. Well, you can log in, I can log. So we can have history. Oh, that's nice, Leon, but no, I'm not well, I am a student my entire life, but right now not in a specific institution. So I never stop studying. So, well, you have here the information about a specific IP. You can look for host. And in the next time that we have OSINT, I can show you a de-anonymization technique for Tor. If you are going to be here, just remember me that, and in that moment, in August 20, I'm going to show you how de-anonymize Tor with Senses. It's a beautiful technique. Well, Senses. Well, there is more, like SumI, right? SumI, maybe you're familiar with that one as well. SumI. It's a similar tool like Shodan, like Senses, and you can query. There are more, but I think it's okay for now with this kind of beautiful, beautiful tools. I love Shodan. I love it, right? Okay, Johanna, nice. Well, if you work with those, Johanna, you have access to our entire group of trainings for free because you are one of our experts. So, well, SumI. Well, that's it. Shodan, I think I have one more thing. Sound transfer. I want to do this. Okay, Sandra, my pleasure. I'm just going to finish in a couple of minutes. Thank you so much for your time. I know that you are so crazy right now, so with so many things. I value so much that you be here. Thank you. Well, Sandra, my pleasure. I love to do this, to be honest. Well, Greg, it's a nice idea. Some of them are in my YouTube channel. What I don't know if you speak Spanish. What I can ask you, if you can help me, tell me in my YouTube channel what kind of videos can be better in English. I mean, I'm starting to translate my videos to English for my YouTube English channel. So let me know about my content. What do you want to see translated to English? And I'm going to do that. No problem at all. Just let me know. Okay? Well, to finish, yeah, Johanna, I saw that this morning. You are going to be in DEF CON, girl? If you are going to be in DEF CON, man, we are going to have fun. I'm going to be with part of my team in DEF CON. So, well, yeah, let's talk a moment after this. So, okay, to finish, sound transfer. So, look, sound transfer is a technique that allows you to say to a DNS server, hey, I am a DNS server too. Let me help you with your sound. I can serve your sound as well. So, show me, share with me. That's sound transfer. To do sound transfer, to execute sound transfer, the technique is very simple. Very, very simple. And it's beautiful if it works. Not all the DNS servers in the world are affected with this technique. But let me show you. Let's take a specific domain. The first thing we need, okay, Johanna, no problem. Let's talk a moment after this. So, You just need to say, you just need to know the name, the DNS server of the domain you want to query. In this case, I'm going to use zonetransfer.me. So we can see that the DNS servers for that domain are this one and this one. So the technique is very simple. I'm going to say dig at to select the specific DNS. I'm going to use this one. Sorry. Right. Space, the domain I'm going to query, in this case is zonetransfer.me, space -t, what I want to do, AXFR. I want to do a zone transfer, I want to execute a zone transfer. That's it. So with a zone transfer, you are going to have all the information from the DNS. You see? We can see that they are using Google mail servers and well, all the machines or subdomains, the IP addresses, etc. They are using IPv4, IPv6, etc. You see? That's a zone transfer. That's zone transfer. So it's beautiful, it's very useful to extract information, and well, yes, that's right, Leon. Well, that's everything for today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here. And I know that you are busy people, so I appreciate a lot that you're here. Do you have any questions, something you need me to clarify? I hope you enjoy this space. Thank you, Johanna. My pleasure. My pleasure.